Hey, Rob, I'm at the pickup. I don't know if you received this. When I first started gigging, I only worked DoorDash. And I worked it very part-time for about a year and a half. Then they got mad at me because I was going to send people a $500 money order if they joined for my referral link. I was going to get the money, and they closed my account down. If I never told you that story, that's pretty much what happened. And that's okay. You know, I didn't think much of it. They were stealing tips all these years. People are going to get a lot of money back. Why do I say that? I just received $477.44 in my checking account from DoorDash. And I only worked it part-time, briefly. They're going to be forced to pay it back a lot of money. Now, I don't know if you're going to get money back. I don't know. I don't know when you started, what the deal was. But if they held any money, make sure you check your bank account, because they just direct deposited it. I do remember filling something out a while ago. They mailed me something. Oh, yeah, they sent me a text. It was only a few months ago. Oh, yeah, and I thought it was spam. Excuse me, I thought it was spam. Then I checked my email, and I said, that is DoorDash. And I visited the link in a browser separately, because I thought it was a scam, you know, so many scams. I was like, right. I received $477.44 from DoorDash this morning. I just checked it a little while ago. So people are going to get a lot of money back if they filled out the form. Make sure you filled out that form. I received it in a text. It was only a few months ago. I shared it in a video. I thought it was a scam. Then, I was browsing on my email either that night or the next day, and I went, wow, it is DoorDash. Wow, they're being forced to pay back. They were stealing tips. So I received $477.44 from tips that I earned. They were taking it in the beginning. Man, they did that from the beginning. I was one of the first people in Nassau County to work DoorDash, to work a gig app the way we work at the food apps. I'm very grateful because I owe $300 to my Gemini credit card to earn free crypto, and I have a couple of bucks extra for myself. Not a bad deal. That's I was so pleasantly surprised, because I've been living dollar to dollar because I'm paying off everything. And I figured if I ever needed money, I could always charge it again, if I had to. My goal is to pay off all my bad debt and get ahead by keep buying valuable assets, which I do. $477.66. Make sure that, I don't know if you've received that notification and did you fill out the form. You only had to go online, and it took a minute. So I don't know if you did that. I did share that in a video like 2 to 3 months ago. People are going to get a lot of money back. People are going to get a lot of money back. I'll say it one more time. People are going to get a lot of money back if they filled out that form. And I have no regrets. So let's talk about what happened on the way when I started my day. I said, I haven't looked at my account. And I sign in. And what do you see? Check this out. Check this out. Yup. $477.44. $477.44. I never thought I would get paid from DoorDash ever again. When I started gigging, DoorDash was the first app in my market. I was one of the first people, and I did it part-time. I was still a deli girl, and I was getting on the app. I was learning. That's when we had orientation at the office around Eisenhower Park. I had to sit there, watch a screen. We all did the same thing. We had to wait online. They submitted our data into the computer, had to show our license, gave us 2 bags, and said, good luck. That's exactly how it went down. So I worked it part-time. I worked it for like a year and a half. If you follow me, you know the story why I wasn't allowed to DoorDash for a while, but they have me back on the waiting list again, and I want to be a shopper for DoorDash. Eventually I will, because they wouldn't send it out unless they were planning for something in the future. That's how I see it. And I just didn't want to just food and deliver, because I work Uber Eats and Grubhub, and it still works in my market. And I'm on board, and I know how they work. And I know the busy times, and I know when to earn money. Why change something that's working? So I'm really happy. Why did I receive that $477.44? That's because they were stealing tips, and somebody created a class action suit. And a few months ago, I thought it was a scam in my text, and I ignored it. And then that night or the next day, I opened up my email. I went, wow, it's not a scam. This is the real deal. They're going to have to pay up from not giving people their money that they earned. I mean, people worked and they were taking off the top. So to the people who work, especially at that time, I'm not sure what the window was for this class action suit, but to the people who work DoorDash day and night and didn't get all their money, I hope you receive thousands of dollars. And if you're one of them, please leave it in the comment. Leave it in the comment section. I would love to see happy endings. You deserve your money. You worked for those tips. They're yours. They are yours. You know what I mean? You deserve it. You worked for it. Nobody has a right to take that away from you. So DoorDash is laying out a lot of money. I hope you receive thousands of dollars back in return. When I worked DoorDash, I was recruiting people like crazy. I mean, at least 6 times I received $400. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, $2,400. I remember that over the course of that year and a half. I was really recruiting. And then I got in trouble because I said, if you use my link, I'll send you a money order, $500, and I'll take the rest. And they closed me down. That's okay. I don't know why they would do that, because if I was bringing people on board and the people were earning their app money, what do you care what I do with my referral bonus? If I want to share part of that with someone who used my referral link, what's the big deal? Really, what is the big deal? It was a lot of money. They were giving like a $2,000 bonus. I was like, I take $1,500. I'll give you $500. So $477.44. Yay! Great deal. I'm glad I got it.